I was active, eating healthy. I thought I was in great shape. So I was surprised when my doctor told me I still had high cholesterol. That really hit me and got me thinking about my health. I knew I had to get my cholesterol under control. I thought I was doing enough to lower my cholesterol, but I needed more help. What are you doing about yours?
In the extreme, what they've been able to do is to persuade everybody that the cholesterol levels that you find in 25-year-olds are the norm. This is what we all ought to be aiming at. And based on this, you find that the cholesterol levels that are found in the populations of France and Germany mean that 95% of Germans and French are technically ill. From industry's point of view, this is wonderful. It's a huge market. They're in the business of being able to say to huge amounts of people that you should be on the statin group of drugs to lower your cholesterol levels and lower the risk that you will have a heart attack or a stroke. When in actual fact, we know that if you don't have the other risk factors, if you haven't had a heart attack or a stroke before, and if you aren't overweight, and if you don't smoke, taking this group of drugs just because you've got a marginally raised cholesterol level increases your risk of death.
And in the cholesterol guidelines, the last major revision was in 2001. In the American cholesterol guidelines, 9 out of 14 of the experts who were on the panel that set the standards had financial ties to the drug companies. Now, this is very important because the 2001 guidelines almost tripled the number of Americans for whom statin therapy was recommended. The number went from 13 million to 36 million. And most of the 23 million people for whom statins became recommended based on those guidelines did not yet have heart disease.
One in 5 people has high cholesterol. Millions need treatment.
The cholesterol community, what becomes known later to their critics as the cholesterol mafia, are interested in pursuing not only the premise that lowering cholesterol results in better cardiovascular outcomes, but in really pushing forward a promotional message to the American population on a sort of an individual consumer level, on a specific patient level, and on a provider-based level, these multiple tiers of targeted promotional vehicles to get the American population concerned about their cholesterol. And the Know Your Number campaign comes across as a way of getting all Americans to identify with a number, that one should have in one's consciousness a sense of what their cholesterol number is.
So doctors will measure their patients' cholesterol, and the patients will ask for their cholesterol to be measured. And if the cholesterol is high, the doctor will often say, Mr. or Mrs. Jones, your cholesterol is a little bit high. Why don't you come back in 3 months, and between now and then, why don't you exercise more and eat a healthier diet, and we'll see if your cholesterol goes down, and then we won't have to treat you if your cholesterol goes down. And more often than not, cholesterol won't go down that much with these healthy lifestyle interventions. And then the doctor will say, well, Mr. or Mrs. Jones, I'm sorry, your cholesterol hasn't gone down, so we'll give you a cholesterol-lowering medication, and then you won't have to worry about it. But they've completely missed the boat, because taking the action of exercising more and eating a healthier diet is going to decrease the risk of heart disease by somewhere around 60 or 80%. That's enormously effective therapeutic intervention. And when the doctor says, well, we'll give you a cholesterol-lowering drug, you won't have to worry about all that other stuff that's so hard to do, the doctor is focusing on the wrong thing, because the patient has done the successful intervention to change their lifestyle.